what I liked the most about the SBL paper was that it was so completely different to all of the other papers and to my own day-to-day work environment. So SBL forces you to think of something in a completely different perspective, to think of more of the commercial acumen coming into play. And I think that is actually one of our most underutilized skills when you're in an accountant role, when you're just preparing financial statements after set of financial statements. You're not really analyzing and interpreting and thinking about how changes in the world will impact a business. So I found SBL to be very enjoyable. The best part of your course, Sean, was the fact that the syllabus was broken down into bite-sized chunks. So breaking it down into chunks, you could also see your progress as you ticked off various tasks and various sections within the module. So that immediately gave a student the confidence to know that you are progressing in the right direction, because that status bar moved from 0% to 20 to 40 to 60 to 80. So you could immediately track your own progress and know that you were getting somewhere. The support from yourself and your colleagues on the FMA platform, it's you can't go wrong. I wish I'd found that site sooner, because I think I wouldn't be taking 18 years to get where I am if it wasn't for the tutors. So thank you. What I would advise students to do is to not give up, because having been through it where you can get discouraged and perhaps a negative result may be extremely demotivating, and you think, why should I? As you've mentioned, other students have families, they have careers, they have friends, they need to also have their own personal time. So how do you slot in studies in amongst all of that? But the feeling of accomplishment when you get those passing grades, and that's within the course, to know that you're on the right track for the exam, and of course, getting the pass in the exam, that is a feeling that nobody can take away from you. And there's a Latin phrase, I forget the Latin, but it's sweeter after difficulty. And I think that is so true and relevant, because you can give up, it's easier to give up. But when you have tutors like yourself that are preparing course materials that are broken down into all of the highlights and none of the lowlights, you can't go wrong, and there's no reason to give up. Well, I think definitely the flexibility element. So people have a lot going on in their daily lives, and a course timetable where you have to attend in person may be the determining factor as to whether people decide to go with it or not. If it is too restrictive in terms of their other commitments, they won't attend, and therefore it's not worth paying the money. But your course, available on demand, and any online course, is that it's accessible to you when you have time, whether it's when you're commuting on the train or in the evenings after everybody else has gone to bed. You have that access, and also the ability to replay tutorial sessions. So if you don't quite catch it the first time in the classroom, that's your opportunity gone. You don't really have that access to the tutor to say, could you please clarify this or repeat this? Whereas the tutorials are available on demand. You can watch them as many times as you like. And the other aspect was the fact that you were available to your students on WhatsApp to answer any queries as they came up, allowed people to go forward and not worry, oh, am I on the right track or not? Did I misunderstand that? Or I'm going into the exam and this is still not clear for me. So there are so many benefits to an online course, and I don't even think I've touched the roof of it, but it's the accessibility, it's the on-demand, and the ability to just practice and replay as many times as you need. It was a sense of, owning something in myself, and knowing that although I may have possessed the skills, I also have a certificate to back up that I can do what I inherently know. But also getting the ACCA qualification is so all-encompassing, that it gives you access to any career opportunity. And so many accountants will start out as accountants, but then go forward to open their own businesses and really become the drivers of change in commerce. So I think the ACCA elements, having SBL and SBR and all of these professional level papers that are forcing you to think differently to just the usual financial statement preparation, that's what motivated me to do it. And it's been a long journey for me. I've been studying on and off, including my bachelor's degree, for 18 years. And yeah. Yeah, no, it has taken me that long. Obviously, I took time off 4 years with COVID where nothing happened and immigrants and stuff like that. But essentially, my journey to this point, and like the culmination of my ACCA qualification is almost here. So debits and credits are universal, and having that ACCA qualification just backs that person up so much. It's a piece of gold, really. It's a freedom pass, isn't it? I suppose every student gets told the best thing to do is to practice writing papers and go through as many as you can. And having heard that message so many times before, you kind of get conditioned to just taking it in, but not absorbing it. But your course really, the benefit of the mock exams was that you got individual personalized feedback on your scripts, and you were shown where you were going wrong, or where there was room for improvements, so you could focus on those sections only and not just go and reattempt the whole syllabus because you didn't know where you were going wrong. I did all the mocks, yes. And reading your feedback on the mock attempts was extremely beneficial, yes.